Let's get this figured out. This world gon' give me whatever I need until I get this vision out. Then they gon' pay me whatever I ask, cause I got it figured out. Family be checking all up on a nigga to see how I'm feeling now. Damn, they love to see a nigga really make a killing now. I put a lock on the game and I hide the code and the keys. I am not playing no games, I really play this shit for keeps. That shit for me.
MaddenHeadz YouTube, what's going on? It is your boy Coach DC coming back at you today with another video, and y'all see throw a little ultimate team game up, you know, just to get off the old highlight reel guy moniker a little bit. It was funny, one of the guys hit me yesterday. He said, man, he was, I guess one of the other content creators, somebody was talking about something in his on a video. He was like, man, he said, I just had to go in there. I was like, man, Coach DC talked about that years ago. And so, long story short, they think that like most of my stuff is just highlights. And I'm like, man, where do you think the highlights come from? They come from me playing games. And so I was like, all right, shoot, you know, it's Thanksgiving time. Let me throw up a few games real quick. But this is Ultimate Team. As you see, my team is decent at this point. This guy, I'm assuming this is some sort of theme team. I don't know which one. Maybe Eagles. Who knows? But first drive right there, you know, working our way down the field. And so this game to me was about clock management. When I think back about it, yeah, clock management in this game was kind of crazy. Because you see right here, this is my first drive, and I basically have eaten up the whole first quarter, and so we're into the second quarter right now, and you know, maybe a minute into the second quarter. And so in these, I don't know if I'm playing ranked or season. I might be playing season here. In these season games, the quarters are only 3 minutes, and so yeah, time is always of the essence when you can maintain a drive, which just always makes me think is like a lot of people can score quick and you know, you can get your one play touchdowns and all that stuff on this game, but it's well, I'm not gonna say it's rare, but when someone can maintain a drive, when they can go 10 plays, they can go however many plays. This play, man, pissed me off because my Jesse Bates just kind of dumbed out for a half a second, caught him peeking in the backfield, you know, when he had the deep half responsibilities. And so you see, for all that time it took for me to score, he was able to score in like one play. And so, but again, this kind of plays to my advantage of, okay, now I have the ball back. I can, you know, kind of clock this out where, you know, I can score going into the half, I'm up, and then, you know, he gets the ball back. Or, you know, I can just play football like I normally do. Good run right there. Excellent impact blocking right there at the point of attack on the nose tackle. And I don't know how many other yards later, we are in the end zone again. So back up 14-7. And so he comes back out. And then this is what I started to notice. I'm like, okay, I don't even know if he's looking to see if this guy's open. Maybe this is just a new player, or maybe he just got the upgrades on him. He's just trying to see if he can just run by guys, because people do stuff like that. I mean, you know, I play games like that from time to time, but it doesn't look that bad, obvious. But one thing he was doing that was really annoying was he kept flipping his plays. And so in this play right here, I didn't notice that the guy who was Jesse Bates, who was guarding the outside guy after he flipped the play a couple of times, was lined up, you know, way off of him, and so he hits me once again. And so now I'm annoyed as hell, because I'm just like, man, come on, man. All I got to do is just get one stop on this guy, and it's a wrap. Because I just don't feel like there's a way that he's gonna stop me. I'm picking up his blitzes. You see the impact blocking stuff up front. If you have not copped that video, man, you might want to check it out. But you see, I'm just able, and once I'm able to, I know I can handle the pressure up front no matter what he's sending. You see, he's sending some good heat, but we're picking it up pretty steadily. Just picking him apart in different spots of the field, and he just continues to stay with the blitz heavy game and man-to-man, you know, until eventually he starts to back off of it a little bit. Gives me a little bit too much time here at the end of the half, and that post route is going to be money. Anytime I can cross that guy's face, pause, and get the ball out in front, then yeah, that's gonna be a pretty consistent deal. And so here he goes again at the end of the half, trying to flip the play and get the little magic happening where he can just throw it up to the guy on the outside. But we're just going prevent at this point. He tries to stick one in the slot right there, and nope. He comes back out on the next play, throws it up again to the outside. Now I'm just convinced. I'm just like, oh, okay. I don't know how much of a game plan he actually has at this point, but he is good at what he does. And in Madden, a lot of times you don't necessarily need a game plan. You just need to be good at what you do. Boy, I was a day late and $1 short on that switch stick right there, as he was able to get that Texas route across the middle. And so now, because I understand what I'm facing now, I'm just going with a lot of the exotic schemes, as I like to call them. Right there, was able to pick up the crosser. And so look at this right here. The ball got knocked out, and so he goes right into the hurry up. And so it's only then that I figure out that they actually called that a catch. And I'm like, how in the world was that a catch? And the ball is lying on the ground. And so again, he goes into his flip the play thing and just dumbs out my defense. So I just call a timeout. This is one thing I've just learned. It's like, yeah, sometimes you have to use your timeouts for those occasions, when the functionality of the game is just not acting right. That was good defense right there, but just a better lead and throw and catch by him. So I'm not going to say he didn't have skill. It was just his scheme. Like I said, he was going to come out, he was going to audible, he was going to flip, he was going to audible and flip and all that stuff. And so at a certain point, I just get tired of dealing with that. And now I'm like, okay, I'm just going to stay in what I'm in. And then, I'll just make plays via switch stick or just trying to be in the right position. As you see, all of that stuff I said not working right there as he gets right back in the end zone, probably in less than 30 seconds. So you see right here, when I get the ball with a minute and 4 seconds or a minute and 3 seconds, I think, left in the third quarter. Now, so as you start to watch these progression of plays, you see me running comebacks, curls, crossers, all that stuff. And so we get into the end of the third quarter. Is retired 21-21 right there. I catch him with a little bit of a wheel or something. I don't know what that was out of the backfield. Good throw, good trajectory right there, getting and making the secure catch and getting down before getting hit right there. Good patience right there off the right side. And so you see, now we're down to the 2-minute warning in the fourth quarter. And so, yeah, I've had the ball for about almost 2 minutes straight right now. And so I'm still getting first downs. The clock is steadily running. And so at this point now, I'm already in field goal range. And so now the biggest battle for me is to make him burn his timeouts. It's not really necessarily scoring a touchdown per se, unless one is presented to me. But at this point right now, I'm battling the clock more than I'm battling what he's actually doing. And so see me right there on first down, run it a little bit. Second down, try to catch him with a curl. And so by making that pass right there and it being incomplete, that stops the clock. And so now this puts me in, a decision-making process. Do I want to run another play that's going to keep the clock running and make him burn another timeout? Or, do I want to pass the ball, drop one in there and get the first down, which I was able, to do right there. And so you see Jesse dapping everybody up because Jesse know what the deal is. So right here, what's happening, you see the clock down like 45 seconds. And what he's doing right here is basically he played defense on the first down. I think that was his last time. Well, no, it was the next to last time out right there. And so right now he's kind of conceding me the score. He's kind of playing defenses where if I call the right thing, I could get an easy score. As you see right here, you see the box is so weak and he has everyone kind of spread out because he just wants me to run up the middle and score. And so right there, we take a delay of game penalty and we get backed up 5 yards, which is totally not hurting us at all because we're still in field goal range. And right there, we finally get him to burn his last timeout. And so right here, you see him line up in a goal line package. I could easily score on this. But again, he's proven that he can score on me pretty quickly, with his flip to play glitch kind of stuff. And so right there, you see me take the opportunity not to get into the end zone. And so now what I'm eyeing The game clock, which is the down here in the bottom right, game clock is at 26, play clock is at 24, and neither one of the clocks are moving at all. Just look at them. Just sit there, and then finally, once we come out, then the clocks start moving, which is, well, he did burn the timeout, so I guess that does make sense. But right here, no, he didn't, because the clock started. And so, yeah, so why was the clock not running? But what I'm doing right here is I'm trying to run the clock down as much as humanly possible. Again, I'm not going to move out of field goal range. He doesn't have a timeout. My kicker can't be iced anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I'm trying to make sure that I run off as much time as humanly possible. And so by running it all the way down, taking the timeout, I leave myself with 3 seconds. Come out, kick the field goal, and so now we're at 1 second. And he roughs the kicker. And so in most cases, most people would just decline, take the field goal. No. And unless I feel like it can be blocked, I'm gonna accept the penalty. And so now it's only 1 second left on the clock as I kick this field goal. And so as opposed to having to do a squib kick or, take my chances with one of those miracle Madden things happening, I'd rather let the clock run all the way down to 1 second, knowing that when I kick the extra point, when I kick the field goal, the clock's going to run out and we're going to win the game. And so, yes, all of you professional Madden players who hate my guts, no, I do play games. I don't just show highlights. Yeah, like I said, common sense has got to kick in here somewhere at some point, at some time. Anyway, man, get one of these books, man. It will change your game. Read the reviews. Hit me up on the site, man. Get a session. Do something, man. I'm telling you, you can change your game today. Hit your boy Coach up. I'm out.